Hello again, back again. On this video I just want to do a quick overview of this, which is an Alpkit Bru-kit, but at the same time do a comparison to the Jetboil. They're both very similar in design. I recently purchased this because I couldn't afford this. This has been lent to me by a very good friend of mine, just purely to do this video. But I wanted to just show the comparisons between each system, price, boil time, things like that. So what I do, I just get them set up ready and start the experiment. Just before we go into the experiment, I just want to do a quick overview of this. This is called the Alpkit Bru-kit. There you go. And obviously very similar to the Jetboil. Just put that to the side for 1 minute. What we have is a silicone lid. Inside is just the actual stove part. Yeah, you've got obviously the adjustment and the lighter. The actual tin itself, very similar in design to the Jetboil. You have this sort of insulated cover with a little sleeve there, handles, and as you can just make out in there, and probably in excess of a litre. Okay, I think it's hard anodised aluminium. Okay, so there's just a bit of a quick overview for you, and very simple. You have little indentations there, and you have a slot there. You just line those up and twist, and that's it. Obviously with the gas canister underneath. Okay, so there you have it. And I just set the Jetboil up now next to it for a comparison. Right, so what I've done, I've put 2 cups of water in each one. With the Jetboil it's more or less up to the halfway mark, and with the Alpkit it's just below the halfway mark, so obviously the different sizes, but there's 2 cups of water in each one. Now I think the next stage is, well, can I light it at the same time or do I sing it? Well, I'll give it a go and see what happens. Right, I've got the stopwatch ready, and what I'll probably do, I'll probably just do them quite quick. It's going to be a matter of seconds, but I think it's only for comparison. So and there we go. What I'll do, I'll leave this running now. I've only just placed the lids on. I haven't actually tightened them down. But the gas has been in the same room, albeit this one's larger. But what I'll do, obviously, to save you the boring bit, when they're coming close to the boil, I'll bring the camera back. But the stopwatch is running, so I'll bring you back shortly. Right, okay, it's only been 1 minute, 19:20. We've already got steam coming from the Jetboil and steam coming from the Alpkit. It's going to be close. I don't know if it's picked up on the camera, but there's quite a bit of steam now coming from the Jetboil and from the Alpkit Bru-kit. We're at about 2 minutes 25. Both of them are at full heat. As you see, I've just placed the lids on purely for convenience, really, to see. You can't really see when the actual boiling times are. Right, We're at just over 3 minutes, 9 seconds, and they're both boiling. Yeah, steamy lens, and out, burnt finger, steamy lens. So, to be honest, there's not much in between them. They both boiled water around 2.5 minutes. Sorry, 3.5 minutes. The exact same amount. So yeah, no. The reason why I was doing this is, well, it was just under 3.5 minutes for 2 cups of water in each. The reason I was doing this is purely for the fact of the price. This is my friend's, this is not mine. The Jetboil flash are in excess of £100, really, no matter which one you have. The Alpkit, Bru-kit, for what you get there, is around £35. Now all you get is the main canister and the stove, plus lid and quite a nice little bag. Now with the Jetboil, you have obviously the stove, the main thing. You have a little stove thing. You have a little feet, and you have a little cup. However, I think that doesn't justify an extra, what, £60–70. Now in my eyes, that is just as good for a fraction of the price. In my eyes, I had actually owned a Jetboil. This is the first time I've used one. I've used this now quite a few times, and just for a comparison, as you can see, they're just as good as each other. Yeah, you get a few more bits and bobs with the Jetboil, but for just boiling your water, I have a little separate feet to go on to stabilise the can, and I have a smaller gas canister. But purely it was just for the comparison. I know, both they boil water, things like that basically. Yeah, you'd get a few bits and bobs depending on what Jetboil you have. I say this is the flash, this is my friend's. With the Alpkit, yeah, it's good. You've got these nice handles on the sides out, which is actually quite handy. Yes, you have like a valve, like a webbing strap on the Jetboil. But so there you go. I say for £35 for the Alpkit, I think you can't go wrong. If you've got the money, why not have a Jetboil? Why not? But I say, but for some for people who can't really afford a Jetboil, that is just as good as an alternative. After that test, 2 cups of water boiled in exactly the same time. It was that quick actually. You've probably seen I couldn't get the stopwatch up to the camera in time because all of a sudden they were both boiling. So there you go. Jetboil, flash, bits and bobs, £100 plus. Alpkit, lid, bag, £35. So there you go. Possibly I forgot to mention as well, with this, obviously when it gets to heat, as I had it around the other way, this will change colour. Unfortunately you don't get that with the Alpkit. Perhaps that's why the extra money went, I don't know. But it's an indicator to obviously stop looking at the lid like I was doing. But there you go, another sort of gadgety gizmo for the Jetboil. Who cares really? But they both do exactly the same job for a fraction of the cost. So there you have it. Just a quick test really between the two. I say what you get with the, sorry, let's turn that around. What you get with the Alpkit is the main canister itself with some handles, insulated side, little sleeve, like a silicone lid. The actual stove itself, and a nice little, quite thick actually, little stuff sack. I say, other Jetboils are available. This is the flash. You get the stove, like a little thing to put your pan on, your little feet, support for the gas, possibly a cup, and like I say, like a sort of rubbery silicone lid as well with that. But I think for the price, I keep saying it, I think you can't go wrong with this. £35, Alpkit.com, go and check them out. I mean, if you're in the sort of market, if you're looking for something similar to a Jetboil, can't go wrong with that really. Does exactly the same thing, boils exactly the same time. Yeah, so there you go. And the dog's come to have a look. You know, sort of very similar size stove between the two. That's the Alpkit, that's the Jetboil. Obviously slightly bigger to cater for the bigger tub, but very similar in design. Love it, brilliant. Okay, so let me know what you think. If you had one of these yourself, you had troubles, or do you feel it better than the Jetboil, or if you had problems or issues with the Jetboil, you know, let me know. But let's say this is a quick comparison really on the performance, but most of all the price. So okay, until the next one, see you soon.